Botafogo is in the same group here as Atlético de Madrid and of PSG. And look, Seattle Sounders, just enjoy being in that group, okay? Just enjoy.
We definitely got into the worst group, right?
I don't like what I'm going to say, but the truth is, FIFA always supports Lionel Messi. Season 2, episode 12 of the FC Wonderkid podcast here with my great guest that I'm hyped up, Bernardo Central Botafogo's founder. How are you feeling in this amazing year of football for a Botafogo fan, mate? How are you feeling, my guy?
Hey, Alex. First of all, it's a pleasure to be here. The first thing that I want to do this year, the December, January, February, is to talk about football, to talk about Botafogo. It can't be different, right? It's a magical year and a lot to talk about.
It's an amazing feeling. And seeing the fans, the reactions, what happened in Rio de Janeiro, the emotions, it's absolutely wonderful to see. So it makes complete sense that the last team to enter the FIFA Club World Cup, we can talk about this and get the reactions of someone that is in Brazil and knows what the Brazilian fans are listening. And obviously me living in Portugal, it's going to be very interesting to see how perspectives can each talk to each other. So starting here, we're going to talk about the FIFA Club World Cup predictions. Let us know in the comments section down below who you think will win, who will win the golden boot, and your thoughts and your reactions for each of the groups. And please like this video, it helps us a lot here at FC Wonderkid, here with a like goal of 200 to 300 likes. People, go bold in on YouTube. Okay, so top group A. Oh, we already have a Brazilian team and a Portuguese team right here. We have Palmeiras, Al-Hilal, Inter Miami, and Porto. So, Bernardo, how are you feeling with this group? Is the Brazilian team going to go through in it?
I think so. we have Palmeiras. Palmeiras has been one of the greatest teams of this last few years in Brazil, right? Mm-hmm. They won the 2022 Libertadores, the 2023 Libertadores. No, 2023 with Fluminense. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm. Back-to-back seasons, yes. 2022 and 2023 with Abel Ferreira.
Fluminense won 23. They won 21 and 22. But they went to the final in another year. So it has been a couple of great years for Palmeiras, right? They won two times the Brasileirão too.
So, that's what I was talking about. I was saying Brasileirão. Sorry.
Yeah,
you mentioned perfect. Libertadores. You're correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you see, they won everything twice, right? So Palmeiras has been like the team to beat this last couple of years with Abel Ferreira, the Portuguese coach, training them, which has been... In Brazil, we joke about they having a pact with the devil, right? Because they... out of nowhere, they make a winning streak and they win the Brasileirão. So Palmeiras has been the team to beat. They have the best player in Brazil today, Estevão, right? That is a complete... Wow.
Better than Yuri Alberto, better than Pedro, better than Memphis Depay, Messinho, 17-year-old that's going to Chelsea, you're saying, Bernardo.
Yes, exactly. Estevão has been the greatest talent to come up in Brazil since Neymar. 100%. 100%.
No, not Hendrick. Not Hendrick for Real Madrid fans.
Right. Hendrick has, how can I say?
Higher ceiling?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Hendrick has a better, he out of nowhere he can decide a game. Like in Brazil, he's a more clutch player. Exactly. He can put the ball under his arm and I'll score two. Estevão has more talent, right? He's a dribbler and the best thing of everything. He made this season playing the right wing. He was nominated by a couple of awards and ESPN and etc. as the best player this season. He was the highest scorer and one of the highest assists players. And
number one in goal involvements in Brasileirão.
No, not number one. Sorry, he's number two.
In goal involvements.
Number one in goal involvements. Exactly.
Goals and assists, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good. But look, it's just seeing how you're talking about William Estevão. Look, it makes me hyped because Chelsea fans have this. I know we're drifting a bit off, but it needs to be said. Chelsea is so lucky to have Kendrick Paes, Cole Palmer, and William Estevão. How fast will William Estevão play at Chelsea? Will it be immediately, Bernardo, for a Brazilian point of view?
I hope so. Because with this level of talent, if he doesn't play immediately, it would be a turn-off, right? I think he's too much for Strasbourg or any other of the...
Better than Madueke, William Estevão.
More talented, 100%. More talented, 100%. I don't know if he's the same level of ready because Madueke is a couple of years older than him, right?
Got you.
But Steven is 100% more talented than him. He's a
But yeah,
he's a real he's gonna be a star if everything goes as we
and
expect.
it's really exciting to talk about this. And since we're talking about a star and we're FC Wonderkid, people talk about Vitor Reis too. Arsenal's rumoredly monitoring Vitor Reis. Real Madrid is monitoring the young center back. Is he the region of Thiago Silva? What are your expectations here for Vitor Reis? That I've seen a couple of games, great composure, good decision making, and very good for an 18-year-old center back. So, what are your thoughts here, Bernardo?
Yeah, another Palmeiras duo. It's their academy has been this last
better than São Paulo.
These last couple of years, they have been producing better players. Yeah, 100%.
But we know that São Paulo, they've got that heritage with young players. Kaká, Lucas Moura.
100%. But Vitor Reis, as you said, he's 18 years old and plays like a veteran, right? So he has been, in my opinion, the best Palmeiras center back this year. So next year we can see more of him, but 100% he has a lot of talent.
Not the best season from Gustavo Gomes, and that can be alarming here for the FIFA Club World Cup. So going to the FIFA Club World Cup here with Group A, look, I understand that you're rating Palmeiras. I rate Palmeiras too, and I rate them currently. But my big thing, my big turnball here in the FIFA Club World Cup with Palmeiras in Group A is, will Abel Ferreira be the manager when the FIFA Club World Cup comes? And if he's not the manager, is there a backup plan? Is there a manager in Brazil that could go? Or will it be another Portuguese manager that you believe can go to that vacancy? For me, it's shocking, and I'm going to go bold for Brazilian fans that are listening. Any of the teams that are big in Brasileirão, like Atlético de Mineiro, Corinthians now, Palmeiras if Abel Ferreira leaves, Artur Jorge, I hope he stays at Botafogo, okay, Bernardo? But any of the teams that a manager leaves, the best manager possible to sign is Sérgio Conceição. Sérgio Conceição goes to the Brasileirão, my friend. Any of these top teams, he's going to say, I'm going to win this league. Okay, it's not Artur Jorge. It's not Abel Ferreira. I'm the best Portuguese manager here and the best manager in the Brasileirão. So, is Abel Ferreira going to stay at Palmeiras in your point of view, Bernardo?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think it's the worst time of his stay at Palmeiras right now. But still, they were the second place in Brasileirão. They made a good... No, they didn't make a good...
I heard he won the Paulista. He won the Paulista.
Yeah, he won the Paulista.
And he did state, if I don't win anything, I might leave, or I will leave. I don't know if I think I will, but I'm gonna say I might. Okay,
that was a character.
Exactly. Abel is very strong with his words, and something that, in terms of communication with the media, transparent, confident, something like Ruben Amorim when he was at Sporting. Okay, and now at Man United, he's translating and showing to the English fans. But yes, this is what I mean. Like, and William Estevão. Does William Estevão stay until the FIFA Club World Cup? Because I haven't seen confirmation still about this.
I think he stays and plays the World Cup for Palmeiras, but after that he goes to Chelsea. I think he'll go in July. That's the end of the World Cup, right?
That's the best thing possible for Palmeiras. I agree, and for Estevão too, okay? He grows with the team, and he ends this chapter with no what-ifs. I like that. I like that for Estevão too. But yes, so going with what I said, I think Palmeiras might lose until then. Abel Ferreira, I think they might lose Richard Rios too, Bernardo. So, and I understand that people are going to be mad triggered with what I'm going to say, and I don't like what I'm going to say. But the truth is, FIFA always support Lionel Messi, okay? FIFA and Inter Miami will have the benefit of playing home advantage, and I'm sure Gianluca Infantino would obviously enjoy Inter Miami having a good run in this. I'm not saying that the reffing was going to favor Inter Miami. I sure hope that won't be the case here in the FIFA Club World Cup, but I would have preferred to see LA Galaxy there than Inter Miami, the team that won the MLS with Gabriel Peck that played great football, with Marco Reus, with Ricky Puig. I would prefer to see LA Galaxy. It saddens me to see Inter Miami, but I believe Lionel Messi is going to be going bold in this FIFA Club World Cup. He knows the world we live in is a world of moments, and with the moments, he can show to the world, look, I'm one of the best players in the world of football currently still. which will then justify many things that, look, he could even be nominated for the Ballon d'Or if he has a good FIFA Club World Cup. So, what are you expecting here with Inter Miami? Because you're saying Palmeiras is going through. I sure hope you're not saying that Porto is not going to go through, Bernardo.
No. I think Palmeiras will go through with Porto, right? I think Palmeiras and Porto will make a really nice match. I don't think Miami is going through. Like Palmeiras is a way better team than Miami, in my opinion. Miami, they went out in the round of 16 in the MLS. So
yes.
They have great strikers, Suarez, Messi. They have Busquets and Alba. But taking that off, it's like a medium MLS team, right?
So, I'd say the worst MLS team without them. The worst team, and they were the worst team without Lionel Messi. When he arrived, he then wins the trophy. The trophy that's not the very worthy, but yes, he wins that trophy immediately, and people are already talking about like, wow. So I'd like to think, like you, Bernardo, that in Group A, I hope Porto and Palmeiras go through, but I'm feeling here Porto and Inter Miami for, I don't know, mate. I don't know if Abel stays. I don't know if Richard Rio stays, and I think William Estevo is a great player, but I could see Inter Miami going through in this group, even though I do want Palmeiras to grow through with you. And just talking about Porto here at the end with this, a lot of people, and I wanted to talk to you about this, Bernardo. Porto, I get a feeling gets a bit disrespected because when I'm hearing people talk about Group A in the FIFA Club World Cup, none of them are saying Porto in first. I've seen Inter Miami in first, I've seen Palmeiras in first, but I'm not seeing Porto in first when for me, they're the obvious first place in this Group A in FIFA Club World Cup. So what's happening here? Can you explain to me that perspective?
I don't think it's that obvious that Porto will go on first, but I think it's obvious they will pass the group. I think it will be Palmeiras. For me, it's clear the best teams in the group are Porto and Palmeiras. Right?
Wait. So who's going through in first, Bernardo?
I think Porto will go through in first. But I don't think it's that obvious, you know.
Got you. So, and Samu, Samu talked about a lot in Brazil, the talent of Samu Amorodion, because Samu is the future striker next to Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, Diogo Costa, Martin Fernandes, Galeno. Porto can shock a lot of people here in the FIFA Club World Cup, and they will want to have a big statement, surely, if they don't win the league in Portugal.
No. Samu is talked about here in Brazil, like who watches European football knows about him 100%. But he just came up not just recently, right? So so this last couple of 6 months he has been making his name in Porto. But I think Porto will go through in first. I think they have players to make that. Palmeiras is not going through the best phase of this last couple of years, but all around they have a really constant team, right? They all the time they Palmeiras win games. They win games, like so. I don't see they being eliminated in the group stage.
Absolutely love this. Here in Group A, so here are predictions. Let us know down below yours and go bold in the comment section. And now Group B for Botafogo because things are going extremely well. The best year ever for Botafogo fans here, Bernardo.
Yeah, 100%. It's the first big titles we win since '95. So 29 years. I'm 22, so I didn't see the last Brasileirão that we won. And
oh my days. And how are you feeling, mate? Being a Botafogo fan, winning the Libertadores, being in the first ever final of Libertadores, winning the Brasileirão 2 in the same year, you must feel out of this world, no?
Yeah, no, because Botafogo, we were like kind of a joke for our last couple of years because we were basically going through a bankruptcy, right? Botafogo was going to almost end in some kind of way. In 2021, we were in the second division, and we had no perspectives of being better, right? We were in the mid-table of the second division, but then we got a good coach that got some victories, and we end up winning the Serie B. But we had no perspectives of anything. Like the next year, we were going to battle through relegation. and hopefully get out of it. But then John Textor came in, and we got bought by the same owners of Crystal Palace, Lyon, and then everything changed. Everything.
And now look, in the signings of Igor Jesus, having Luis Henrique and Igor Jesus were the best duo in Brasileirão this season. We have a great center backs with we got Alexander Barbosa, great player, Adrielson that was at Lyon, now at Botafogo, Gregory, that goal, that moment, Bernardo, that was insane, that goal to win the Brasileirão. It's a special team. It's a team that will be forever in the history of the Brasileirão and the Copa Libertadores. But I wanted to ask you this, and before we get to what we think in Group A here, a start bench sell here for my guest here, because Savarino is a special number 10. A special number 10. And you know where I'm coming here. I love him. But there is a special number 10 at Palmeiras. There's a special number 10 at Flamengo. Who would you start in a start bench sell with Arrascaeta, Rafael Veiga, and Savarino? Who would you start? Who would you bench? And who would you sell, Bernardo?
If we're talking 2024, I would start Savarino, bench Arrascaeta, and sell Veiga. But if we're talking all around talent-wise, like with all of their careers in my desk here, I would start Arrascaeta. Bench Veiga and sell Savarino. But this year, Savarino is the best of them.
Ball knowledge on top, mate. Because, yes, I do think Savarino's 28, okay? And I know it's going to be hard to keep a Thiago Almada, a Luis Henrique, but I believe you can keep Savarino, you can keep Igor Jesus, Alexander Barbosa, Gregory, Marlon. Like, the back core of your Botafogo team, I believe, is going to stay. And Savarino, for me, has the opportunity to be a Botafogo legend. Okay, he already is. He already is.
He's one of the most decisive players I've ever seen in my club. But the word is there's a 15 million euros offer for him.
Ooh, 15 million. So the scouts are looking hard, and it makes sense. Thiago Almada was highly rated, won the World Cup with Argentina, but highly rated in the MLS. I think Savarino is a better player than Almada, right, Bernardo?
This year, he 100% was. Savarino is my favorite player of this team. He's amazing. I think Luis Henrique is the best one of them, right? Mm-hmm. And also, there's a word that there's an offer of 35 million euros for him today.
For Thiago Almada?
No, Luis Henrique.
For Luis Henrique.
Almada's going to Lyon already.
Texter.
Texter. Almada was the only player that came to Botafogo already knowing he would go to Lyon at January. Luis Henrique has no. Yeah, he has this option, but it's not automatic. It's not 100%. Like, he can choose to go in a window, right? But he already said publicly that he wants to play the World Cup for Botafogo. So looks like he's staying if he's not being sold now for 35 million euros, right?
Look, and if he's sold, Luis Henrique was the best player in Brasileirão. Luis Henrique was the crack of the Copa Libertadores. He could make a big name for himself here in the FIFA Club World Cup. How are you feeling here, Bernardo, since Botafogo is in the same group here as Atlético de Madrid and of PSG? And look, Seattle Sounders, just enjoy being in that group, okay? Just enjoy. Seattle Sounders playing at home, just enjoy, okay? So, how are you feeling, Bernardo?
Yeah, we definitely got into the worst group, right? The best of the teams, the worst group to stay in. But it all depends on what, like Texter, since he came up, he's shown like a really passionate guy that if he wants to put some huge money and sign huge players, he can. And that's what he did last year with Thiago Almada. Almada wouldn't come to Brazil if it wasn't for this project. Luis Henrique, the same thing. Mm-hmm. So if these guys go away, Luis Henrique being sold, Almada already to Lyon.
John Vitor?
I think John will stay. He cannot
go.
He cannot go. It's the last couple of news here in Brazil about this Botafogo selling their players. It's that the starting team shouldn't be so touched, but like we can't hold on into a 35 million offer, right, for Luis Henrique and these kind of things. But it all depends on who we're gonna bring. Like if we sell Luis Enrique, then we are gonna bring a huge name. Like what they're saying is if we sell these big players, we're gonna sign better or bigger players, like 15 million euros, 25 million euros players, right?
And have you seen that with John Textor happening at Botafogo?
Yes, 100%. Last year we broke twice the record of the highest
Most
big
expensive
player.
signing.
Yeah, with Luis Enrique in the start of the year with 20 million euros, then Almada with 25. We got Matheus Martins with 10 million euros. So we're being used to putting big money on the table, different from the last couple of years that we did. The last couple of years, one
afford
day,
it, right?
one day legally they went away. They attacked Botafogo to get some money from debt. They went to the bank account of the club, and there was only 33 reais. I'm not joking. It's 100% true.
How are you going to take money off a club that has no money? That was the Clube de Regatas. And look, he came to rescue John Textor. And just seeing the way that you speak about this man, it's with huge respect, and understandably so. So yes, PSG though, no Mbappe, no more. But
yeah,
no
star players. No star players.
Come on. You got an elite midfield with two Portuguesemen. João Neves e Vitinha, no star players, Bernardo. Não vai
com there are no... What can I say? There are no Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, you know?
Got you.
If you put an Alexander Barbosa against Vitinha...
And Alexander Barbosa winning all this scenario, he's going to be perceived as one of the best center backs ever in Botafogo history, right, Bernardo?
I think he needs a more, like 2 more elite years in here, so he can put himself on this level. But what he has shown this year, it's amazing, right? He started the year people doubting him because he was kind of crazy. Like he made a slide tackle with his head one game, like in January. And so the people are, what is this guy doing, right? Who is this guy? But then he just became so calm, and he's really a killer. He's 100% a great center back.
And no Alex Telles. We haven't mentioned Alex Telles that is playing too at Botafogo. I love to see here, former Porto legend. Fantastic.
He's great.
So,
he's great.
What are your predictions here, Botafogo fan Bernardo?
What
are you predicting here for Group A in the FIFA Club World Cup, mate? I hope. What are you feeling?
I hope that we can keep our star players, or if we sell them, we get another star players. And if so, I hope we can go bold against PSG or Atleti and win one of them their games and pass in second, right? I think
Seattle Sounders, no chance. Fourth place.
Seattle Sounders, put the under 20s against them, right? But I hope we can pass in second, or maybe get a good game against a PSG or Atleti. I think we can do a good game against them.
And who do you think will be the weaker side in the FIFA Club World Cup? PSG or Atlético de Madrid?
I think PSG, as for the Champions League they're doing, right? It's
tough fixtures though, mate. They
tough fixtures. 100%. But PSG here in Brazil, they're looked as a team that won't do anything in the Champions League because we follow them because
Neymar.
of Neymar. Yeah, we follow them because of Neymar. We were like, okay, we cheered for them these last couple of years with Neymar, right? And we just got frustrated because PSG they don't win anything. So the moment that Neymar left, they just became like a bad club.
Marquinhos, you're not supporting my guy Marquinhos.
Beraldo. No, Beraldo.
But yes, we're here with final predictions. So. It's hard, mate. It's hard not to put PSG and Atlético de Madrid going through, Bernardo. Even though I'm loving the vibes.
I can respect it.
Even though I'm loving the vibes, but my preference here would be PSG, Botafogo going through in front of Atlético de Madrid and Seattle Sounders. That's what I want to see. So please, Botafogo, Artur Jorge, stay at Botafogo, stay with the people that love you the most in the world of football, and go bold like we believe it can happen. His career, 2016, coaching Limianos to now winning the Libertadores and winning the Brasileirão in 2024. Beautiful story. Let us know in the comment section your predictions for Group B. And now here, Group C. Oh, this is a great one here. We have here Boca Juniors, Benfica, Bayern Munich. Oh my days, this is so hard. And then Oakland City. That's like, look,
I think Oakland City will go through. I think they will go through.
Oakland City must be like, look, Boca Juniors here with Cavani, and Selmu, the young center back that is going to Chelsea, very talented too. Benfica, Bayern Munich. What are you predicting here? Because I might go bold in this group.
Really?
Hey, Bayern Munich, I like them, but I don't see the Bayern Munich that I've seen 3, 4, 5 years ago here still. So Vincent Kompany, things are improving. A lot of clean sheets consecutively a couple of weeks ago, but Harry Kane is in your team. Will he win a trophy?
Yeah, it's a set down, right, for them. But
if you have Harry Kane.
Yeah, to be honest, Boca hasn't been in the best phase this couple of years. They got to a Libertadores final in 2023, but they were looked at from Brazil as like, okay, Fluminense is gonna win them because Boca doesn't have a good team for a couple of years now. Cavani is a great player, don't get me wrong, but he hasn't been a star for them. He hasn't.
Kevin Zenon too, good player.
Yeah, they have good talent, like young talent, but Boca as a whole, they haven't been like a nightmare for Brazilian teams to face. So I like they were like 10 years ago.
Just like River played, mate, a couple of 5 years ago with Gallardo. Man.
River is a better team than them, 100% this year and last year and etc. Boca isn't that pit bull that people are scared of right now. Like, don't get me wrong, the like we say here in Brazil, the kids is heavy, right? Their shirt is heavy and they can surprise you whenever they want. But if we're talking tactics, football played, and collectiveness, they aren't that nightmare of facing today.
Boca Juniors needs a John Textor. That's what I'm listening.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
They need a John Textor in the Argentina economy. Look, it's tough to invest in an economy that is quite unpredictable currently. So let's hope the best for Argentina because that's one of the holy grails of football, okay? That's a phenomenal place, and that's why they win World Cups too. Hopefully, we will win to one shortly. But yes, with Group C here, I'm going to put Benfica going first in this group, okay? I'm going to go bold here. Di Maria is Di Magia now, okay? Di Maria, I get a feeling that he's going to be the... Di Maria, I believe that Di Maria is going to be the top assistant ever in the history of the Champions League. He's one assist away of equaling Cristiano Ronaldo. And I believe that Di Maria is going to go to the FIFA Club World Cup with the intention of being perceived a top 3 to top 5 Argentinian ever in the history of football. And I think there's a case to be there for him to be in that top 5. Okay, Maradona, Messi, I understand. You have to put that in that unreal tier. But Di Maria, one step there. The clutchness that Di Maria has demonstrated at Real Madrid. Look, he couldn't play. It was hard to be in front of BBC with Benzema, Bale, Cristiano Ronaldo. But Di Maria, when he felt at home, when he felt it feels appreciated, Di Maria always goes bold, like he did at PSG, and now he's doing at Benfica. And he did for Argentina, okay, with those Copa Americas and World Cup. So I'm going to go bold and say Benfica in first, Bayern second, Boca Juniors in third, and Oakland City fourth. Do you agree, Bernardo?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think Benfica can go bold and finish first. Yeah, that's fair.
Love it. Leave your thoughts down below, people. And now Group D here. Chelsea, Leon, Flamengo, and Esperance. This is interesting because if you don't know, Filipe Luís played for Chelsea back in the day, and he didn't like it too much. He just stayed a year, and he went to Atletico. He was like, no, I prefer El Cholo. So what are you feeling here with this group, Bernardo?
Flamengo has been, like, as I said, Palmeiras, one of the teams to beat here in Brazil for the last couple of years, right? They won the Libertadores in 2019 and then 2021.
JJ.
Yeah, no.
Jesus.
Jorge Jesus. He. The Flamengo fans wait for him in the airports until today, right? Uh, but
Amazing, mate. Amazing what he did. He was the first one to then push an Abel Ferreira, to then
yeah,
push Luís Castro, and now Artur Jorge too.
yeah, he started an era in Brazil. He won more trophies than lost games in Flamengo. It's incredible.
Battle.
The 2019 Flamengo, I think it's the team that started to change Brazilian football and get more investments and get better players because we couldn't face the Flamengo in 2019. And I'm saying as a Botafogo fan, right? They're big rivals. The last thing I want to do is praise them. But that 2019 team was different. But
And they were
Flamengo,
lucky here with this group, aren't they, Bernardo?
yeah,
This
they
is a
were
lucky
lucky.
group for them.
They were lucky.
Leon in Mexico, not too strong. And then you have Esperance from Tunisia. Lucky
Yeah,
compared to you
they
guys.
were quite lucky. I think it's pretty clear that Chelsea in first, Flamengo in second will go through.
I agree. But two things I wanted to ask you is, does Pedro play until the FIFA Club World Cup? Because Pedro is injured.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And he's a star. He's their star player. He's the best striker in Brazil. He's really really good.
Wait, not Memphis Depay? Not Memphis Depay? Not Igor
Different.
Jesus?
It's different. No, I love Igor. He has been great for us, but Pedro all around is better. I can't disagree. But Depay is different.
Absolutely love
He's
that.
in Corinthians. He hasn't been that striker. He has been like all around attacking player. He goes back, he defends, and Pedro is like the classic number 9, right? The big guy, and really technical.
And I wanted to give here a special moment here to Chelsea because Real Madrid is full of injuries. Man City's full of injuries. You see the team of Chelsea, what do you see? Quality and depth. Mad depth, okay? Enzo Maresca arrives at Chelsea at the right time, the right timing. Chelsea has to prove themselves, and Enzo Maresca has to prove himself also to the world of football. So Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, Marco Curella, all improving now in broad daysight. So, can Chelsea win this FIFA Club World Cup, Bernardo?
I think they would have to go bold to win, right? They would have to go bold.
But Nico Jackson, Enzo, Caicedo, this is a top team.
Yeah, 100%. I think they can go really deep onto it. I don't think they're one of the big favorites, but I see them going through a lot of phases, right? Going deep into the competition.
Interesting. So here in Group D, we both align here is Chelsea and Flamengo going through to the next phase. And now here with Group E, River Plate, Monterrey, Inter, and Urawa Reds. Here, the team from Japan. Look, Monterrey, what happened there, mate? I gotta start with that. Monterrey, Botafogo,
It was Pachuca.
Pachuca. Sorry. So, but Monterrey though, how are we feeling here with the Mexican team? That has Lucas Ocampos. It's looking good.
Yeah, I know the Mexican teams. We can't think they are really easy to beat, right? Botafogo saw that against Pachuca, but the Botafogo and Pachuca game is, we played in Brazil on a Sunday and then we played in Qatar on Wednesday. We played 5 games in 16 days. It's
too much.
Yeah, it's
too much.
Not human, but I think Monterrey has a good team, right? But River, as I said, I think the kit will be the heaviest one against them too. So I think River can go pass with the tradition they have, and they have a good set of players. But what's the Inter? Yeah, I think it's gonna be Inter in first and River in second.
We agree here. Marcelo Gallardo that has won Libertadores, and at River Plate, it's gonna be very interesting to see. Franco Mastantuono. A lot of people talk to me about him here in Europe, and they say he's the next Claudio Echeverri, or maybe the next Enzo Fernandez. What are we feeling here with a talent like Franco Mastantuono? Has he talked a lot in Brazil too?
Yeah, not as much, but I know about him. But River has a good set of talent this year. They made some good transfers, some good signings from July onwards, but they couldn't make an impact on the Libertadores. They went down in the semifinals, but Atlético Mineiro like 1-3-0, right? So it wasn't that difficult. But they have Acuna, the exporting. They have a good Pezela, the center back from the Argentine national team. So they have some good players and a good coach, a good manager with Gallardo. So I think they'll pass.
Very, very good. I also agree with this here in Group E. And now here, Group F, Dortmund, Fluminense. We got the team from South Africa. It's hard to say. Mamelodi, and Hulson from South Korea. How are we feeling here? Because Mamelodi is a team that has a great keeper and they're the top team in South Africa. So is Fluminense gonna go vault, or is the South African team going to shock the world and go through with Dortmund? Because I think Dortmund's going through in this group.
Yeah, we agree on that. We can agree on Dortmund. Dortmund first place. Fluminense has had an awful season this year, right? They won the Libertadores in 2023, like winning the Champions League, and then in the next year battling relegation.
Just one note, Fernando Diniz left, okay? Yeah. That's the big difference, because Fernando Diniz had a Dinizism, like people talking about the tactics of Fernando Diniz like he was the best Brazilian manager, okay? Better than Tite, better than anyone, okay? So, and Marcelo left all of a sudden. What's happening at Fluminense, mate?
It's difficult to explain. But Fernando Diniz's work wasn't working after the Libertadores Mundial. In 2024, nothing was going right for Diniz at Fluminense. They were like I don't remember the exact number, but in the first like 8 rounds of the Brasileirão, they had like 6 points. So they were the last. They were the 20th team in the league. So they had to do something to change it up. And then they fired Diniz and brought in Mano Menezes, which is a historic Brazilian manager. Like he already coached the Brazilian national team. He has passed like through all the big teams in Brazil. But Fluminense has had an awful season. They were battling until the last round relegation. They could be relegated in the 38th round, but they won the game against Palmeiras, and they won. The thing is,
Fabio, they got great players, man.
They have great players.
Such a good goalkeeper, underrated. If you don't know about him,
43 years old. 43 years old.
Mate, that's mad, Fabio.
And he's really
still
good.
There.
He's really, really
my
good.
Days. Is he better than Weverton? No.
No, he isn't. But it's not that far away from him.
That's a good conversation. The best goalkeeper in Brasileirão.
This year was John. 100%.
John Vitor do Botafogo. But I did see who was the goalkeeper that was at Chaves.
Hugo Souza.
Hugo Souza.
Really good.
He did a good Brasileirão.
Yes, 100%. Him and John were the best keepers this year.
So comment down below. Who's the best goalkeeper in Brasileirão? Hugo Souza, John Vitor, Weverton, Fabio, go bold, mate. I might go Weverton with this one. But
yeah, sure. It's fair. But Fluminense, they lost a couple of players through injury. They sold André, right, to Wolves, a huge player. They are looking to sell John Arias, which is their best player by far, one of the best players in Brazil. Looks like he's going to be sold. So we need to see what Fluminense is going to do in this market. It's been rumored this last couple of days in Brazil that they want Richarlison back. They want to make a move for Richarlison, which
do they have the money.
It looks like
that's more of a Palmeiras move, though, Bernardo.
Yeah, no, Fluminense doesn't have money to buy him. No, they don't. The idea would be to loan him in, but I don't think Tottenham would think that's a good move for him. I don't know. I think it's really hard that we would go through, but the biggest sources here in Brazil are saying Fluminense want to try to make that because Richarlison, he was at Fluminense, he has a nice story here, so like playing with this emotional side, but I don't think that's going through. But Fluminense needs to make some big signings to make an impact because they don't have a lot of money right now to spend. They have a team that really needs some reconstructing, and like I think they will go through because they got in a group that's not hard to go through in second, right? Mamelodi Sundowns, with all due respect, are great in South Africa. They won the last 7 titles of the South African League. They have the goalkeeper, as you said, Williams, that was nominated. Williams, that was nominated for the best keeper in the world. But
playing in Africa.
Playing Africa. Respect. Yes, a lot of respect. I really like the Mamelodi Sundowns are known as the Brazilians, right? They use our colors. They try to make a game like the Jogo Bonito, but Brazilian football is still years ahead of South African football. I think Fluminense will
that
go
cold line. We'll cook.
With all due respect.
But Dortmund, yes, I do believe it's going to be Dortmund and Fluminense going through in this group, and it's very interesting. Dortmund could surprise a lot of people too, like they do in the Champions League. Okay, exactly. Barcelona did beat them last week, but Dortmund hadn't lost in Sinal Iduna Park in the Champions League since 2021. Okay, since that loss last week to Barcelona. That just shows how good Barca is actually playing, beating Bayern and Dortmund. But going back to reality, because Barca ain't in the FIFA Club World Cup, we got Group G here. Exactly. But Real Madrid is. We're getting there. We're getting closer. But Group G here with Juventus. We got Casablanca, the Moroccan Mad Fans. That is always a great vibe. Al-Hilal. And we've got Juventus, Man City, Casablanca, and Al-Hilal. So how are we feeling here, Bernardo, in this group with Juve and City?
I think Casablanca and Al-Hilal are going through.
Thiago Motta. Oh, look, if Thiago Motta draws all the games in the FIFA Club World Cup, I will be saying that I was the first one stating that in video. Perfect. 10 draws Juventus in 16 games in Serie A. Come on, Thiago Motta, get a grip. My friend Luca expects more from that. How are you feeling here? Because it's not easy to predict two teams that are not in their best form with great managers, because Thiago Motta and Pep Guardiola aren't managers that you will sack right now in their teams. So how will it be in the FIFA Club World Cup, since these are early predictions, Bernardo?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that City and Juve are going through, right? I think City will be in first, because I all around, I think they're a better team, a better coach. And City, we have seen what they are capable of this decade, right? Juve is being better. They were a bit lost, like in this last couple of years, having such a big spotlight on them. They are being better from last year onwards. But City all around, I think they're first place.
And Juventus here, who's the player that you're mad excited to see in the FIFA Club World Cup? Because we saw against City, Juventus City last week, Kenan Yildiz destroyed Walker. Kenan Yildiz showed to the world as a 19, a player that's played 17 games for Turkey, that he's one of the best under-20 players in the world of football. Technique, decision, quality of passing, he's got it all, okay? He can play at the striker, 10, winger. Kenan Yildiz, what do you think's the ceiling with him, Bernardo?
Yeah, I know him, but he's one of these guys that are talked about such in Brazil. Like
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Juventus as a whole isn't talked as much in Brazil, right? When Pogba was there, and the prime Pogba, and this kind of these players that Pirlo, yeah. Then
Danilo. Danilo's at Juventus. You don't support my guy Danilo.
Danilo isn't he's not a lovable guy here in Brazil, right?
Is it? He was captain, no? He wasn't captain for Brazil too.
But no one liked that.
Why is Danilo getting disrespected?
In the national team, Danilo doesn't perform well, right? I think people exaggerate with him. I think that if he'd come to the Brazilian league, I think he would be top player in his position. But in the seleção, he hasn't made his name, right?
Look, I'm not saying playing at the right center back. He's shown he's playing
better.
Good level.
He's better as a center back than a right back. I think today he's 100%. But in the seleção, he doesn't play center back, right? He plays right back. So we the Brazilian fans, we didn't see that version of him still, right?
Would you pick Mike instead of Danilo?
Marquinhos. 100%.
Mike of Palmeiras, right back.
No.
Marquinhos, no, I'm with you. And, I'm just a bit surprised. Because Danilo, on the other side here, talking on my perspective here, Danilo is seen here in in Portugal because of his time at Porto in a great way. There's great respect for Danilo. So I like it. I always love to see these perspectives and things like that. But you said that Juventus is not talked a lot about in Brazil. Who's talked a lot in Brazil?
We talked about Milan? Yeah, like the Italian football is not so watched today, right? Here in Brazil, of course, the people who follow European football and everything, they know about these players. They know about the how these clubs are doing. But like we mostly talk about the Brazilian football and then the Premier League, more La Liga even than the Serie A. But we're big fans of Premier League here. Yeah,
and it makes sense. It makes sense. And I wanted to ask you, because you for sure followed this career very, very closely. Phil Foden, 0 goals in the Premier League. Savinho, 0 goals in the Premier League. Where are the goals going to come from? A player like Kevin De Bruyne that's aging and has to be clutch still for Man City. What is happening, Bernardo? Savinho, 0 goals in the Premier League in 20 games? How can that happen when you see him playing for Girona? What are your thoughts here with Savinho?
Savinho, he came up in Atlético Mineiro, and from the start you could see he had talent. He was one of the best players in the under 17s, under 15s, under 20s of Brazil's national team. He was a trickster, right? He's really a good dribbling. He's really fast, and from the start you could see he had talent, but he didn't perform as well in Atletico at first, right? He was sold for the City Group and went to Troyes, I think, he went to Troyes. He didn't even play. He didn't go to Bahia.
Troy. He's at Troy. You're right.
Yeah. For a small quantity, right? So
6 million.
Yeah, it's really small comparing to what his talent is. But Savinho I really like him. From what we saw at Girona, at the Seleção too. He played not so many games, but what he played, he went well.
Copa America, right?
He played well. Brazil didn't play well the Copa America in general, but he was one of the players that made a good impression, right? I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know. It's strange to see, but as you said, Phil Foden didn't score as well, so it's not maybe a problem of Savinho, but the team as a whole. I don't know.
They need more solutions, and it doesn't look like internally it looks too good with Pep Guardiola. Let us know down below your thoughts here with Juventus, with Man City, and we both agree that Juve and Man City go through in this group. And now, Group H with the team. Different format, I know, but in the last 10 FIFA Club World Cups, Real Madrid won 5. Real Madrid won 5. They can look high and say, we're the kings of the world of football, and we are going to go bold in the FIFA Club World Cup. Do you think that will be the case? Because I see Mr. Ancelotti talking about this competition with a bit of grudge, saying we're playing way too many games. So how do you think Real Madrid will approach this competition?
Yeah, Ancelotti wouldn't be able to coach in Brazil. In Botafogo this season played 75 games. This season. 75 games.
That's way too much. Way too much.
Way too much.
And like, how often do the teams change? Like in the Paulista, I'm sure they rotate, right?
Yeah, we need to rotate. If we don't rotate, the players will die, right? And
do Carioca, peço desculpa, exato.
Sim. But in Brazil is such a big country, so like we need to play Fortaleza. It's like a 4-hour flight, right? So it's really difficult. But Real Madrid, I think I don't see Real Madrid going to a competition not thinking of winning it, right? Real Madrid is it's the biggest team in the world, right? It's what I think it's
unanimous.
Everyone knows. Yeah, everyone knows that Real Madrid is the biggest team in football. So I don't think they're going to go to the first edition of a Club World Cup of being such praised by FIFA, and they want to make this so big. I don't think they're going in not thinking of winning it, right? Being the only winner of the Club World Cup, and I think they will go thinking of winning it, and they'll pass me first. 100%.
We both agree here with Real Madrid going through it first, and even if they play their second team, I still believe they will go through it first too, okay? When I say second team, is instead of playing a Ferland Mendy, you play a Fran Garcia like you did yesterday, okay? Even though it didn't go too well. Instead of playing maybe Mbappe as striker, you play Hendrik as striker.
Good enough.
How are you feeling here with Hendrik? Because a lot of Real Madrid fans are stating that Hendrik might be a flop. It's way too early to state that, but how are you feeling here since you saw Hendrik win the Brasileirão and Libertadores?
Yeah, I wish I didn't. Because Hendrik just destroyed Botafogo's chances of winning the Brasileirão, right? He was
17. At 17. So what's happening with Hendrik at Real? Should he go to Castilla or should he stay and be the replacement of Joselu at Real Madrid this season?
It's what we saw with Vinicius, right? He didn't go to Real Madrid and was a star from the start. The people hyped up Hendrik a lot because he needs he deserved the hype. But these players need time, man. These players need time. So I think if I was him, I would go to Castilla as Vinicius did, evolve as a player, and get to know European football, man.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Hendrik was the top goal scorer for Palmeiras when they win the Brasileirão.
Yeah,
Vini didn't have that caliber at Flamengo.
Yeah, you're right. Hendrik at Palmeiras was better than Vinicius was at Flamengo. But it's difficult.
He still needs that.
Yes, I think it's still difficult to come up to Real Madrid and with all the hype he had, the next Pele and everything. To go to Real Madrid, to go to Real Madrid and actually perform as people are expecting. He needs time. In the first games he scored. Right, the first match at Champions League he scored. The first match as La Liga he scored. So he's shown he can score. Right,
it's true.
So he needs time.
And that Champions League goal, he had in front of him Vinicius Jr. at the left-hand side, Mbappe at the right-hand side, and Hendrik went bold exactly. He went and he shot that ball from long distance. The goalkeeper, I think, didn't save that ball because he just didn't expect that to be the decision. So Hendrik goes bold. And another thing that I have to remind myself too is that when Mbappe is going to be 30, Hendrik is going to be 22. He's going to be 22 years old when Mbappe is 30. So time is going to be the friend of Hendrik here with the world of football here. But I wanted to ask you, in the 2026 World Cup, will Hendrik be the starter for Brazil? Will it be Pedro? Will it be Vitor Roque? Will it be Igor?
No, Hendrik is from these players that you talked about now. Hendrik is the biggest potential of all of them, right, by far. So if next season Hendrik gets game time and actually performs, I don't think they're stopping him. I don't think something will stop him. So we Brazilians expect Hendrik to step up his game and to 2026 he being our starting team. Igor is a good striker. He's one of the best in Brazil, but we're talking about world-class potential, right? And Hendrik. Exactly. So I think Hendrik will be. Pedro could be a shout, but Hendrik is another level.
Yeah, Pedro, I just don't get that feeling that he's going to be there with Brazil. I would have loved to see him be selected more for the Brazilian national team. Personally, I think the Brazil national team should have more players in the Brazilian league. I was 100%. Shouting at Enna to be called up a couple of years back, and he wasn't. I just didn't understand at the time. And Pedro is another one of those players that I would like to see more in the Brazil national team. You know, do you agree?
Yeah. It's difficult to say now because of his injury, but he is the best striker in Brazil by far. By far.
So here with Group H, we go Real Madrid in first. Who's our second? Because my second is that man that you spoke about. The man who did Flamengo fans wonders here, Al-Hilal. I think Al-Hilal will be going through with Real Madrid in this group. And I am more hyped for Al-Hilal than I am for Flamengo and Botafogo, Bernardo. Because Jorge Jesus with Milinkovic-Savic, with Neymar, look, he could go bold, Neymar. The only tournament that he can go bold could be the FIFA Club World Cup. What are your expectations here for Al-Hilal in the FIFA Club World Cup with Jorge Jesus?
I think Al-Hilal will pass too. I think Neymar is watching this competition as the his chance to make his name again, right? If he needs to, I don't think he needs to make his name again, because what Neymar is, we already know what he can do, but he needs to prove himself. I think he needs that, right? He needs to prove himself for him. And the Club World Cup is the best stage for it, facing European teams, the best teams in the world, to show what Neymar is capable of, and making his name again, and being the number 10 for the Seleção again. I think Neymar is really hungry for this trophy. But I don't think Al-Hilal will go deep onto it, because I don't think they have the all-around squad for it. They have Neymar, they have Milinkovic-Savic, they have Koulibaly, they have great players. Jorge Jesus, that's a great manager. But I think they're in the level of the Brazilian teams. I don't think
Marcos Leonardo.
Marcos Leonardo is a good striker, really good striker. But I think, like, I don't see there being too far away from a Botafogo and far away from a Palmeiras and Flamengo, to be honest.
So we believe that Real Madrid, Al-Hilal will go through in this group, not Red Bull Salzburg and Pachuca, right?
Yeah. Real Madrid and Al-Hilal.
Very interesting here with Group H2. We've given all our predictions here for the FIFA Club World Cup. Let us know down below, what are your predictions here for the FIFA Club World Cup? It's going to be very interesting. 6 months, okay? 6 months to give those predictions here. Here in the outro, I just want to make 2 questions here for you, Bernardo. It's going to be quick and go bold, please, okay? It's who will win a World Cup sooner? Portugal, England, or Brazil?
The Seleção is not being a good thing to talk about here in Brazil. Like with Dorival, nothing is going right. We need to step up. But if we're talking talent wise, I think Brazil can win earlier than these other two, Portugal and England. I think England. I think it's either Brazil or Portugal. To be honest, I don't see England.
No Thomas Tuchel ball. You're not hopeful for Thomas Tuchel with England?
Not really, to be honest. Yeah. Sorry about that. But England has a great team, amazing players. But I think Brazil and Portugal have that winning. They expect to win a World Cup. They are expecting to win a World Cup for so many years. Brazil, if they don't win in 2026, is going to be the highest period of not winning a World Cup ever for Brazil. Oh, yeah, gosh. So it's pretty important.
You need to get a manager that's not Brazilian, me. Because it's not Dorival, it's not Tite. It would be Jorge Jesus or Abel Ferreira to win you guys a World Cup.
I want Pep. The dream, right? The dream.
Pep Guardiola did say that he doesn't want to coach a club after Man City, okay? After Man City. I want Pep. This man, I want Pep Guardiola. And here my last question. I don't talk about this speculation here at FC Wonderkid with Neto, but I got in a bit of a controversy here stating that Neto stated that the Portuguese teams wouldn't finish top 4 in Brazil. How are you feeling about that statement?
No, I think he exaggerated a bit. I think the Benfica and Porto and Sporting, these three, the three biggest in Portugal, they would fight for the title in Brazil. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's obvious they would win it. I think these three teams from Portugal have a level similar to the best teams in Brazil. So I think they would get in the groups of like the best teams, like Palmeiras, Botafogo, Flamengo. Yeah, these three and the Sporting, Benfica, and Porto, they have a similar level, right?
So head-to-head, Flamengo, Botafogo, Palmeiras, head-to-head with Porto, Benfica, Sporting, you think it's 50-50?
Yeah, I think it's a good game. I don't think Porto, Benfica, and Sporting are better than these teams, but I don't think they're worse. I think they could win, but Botafogo could win also. It's 50-50, as you said, yeah.
Sheesh! I don't believe that's the case. I'm hopeful. Maybe I'm so patriota aqui demais, but I'm going with Porto and Benfica. I think going bold here in the FIFA Club World Cup and Sporting now, even though Ruben Amorim is not there anymore. and it's tough. And I do give you a bit of credit with the sense that Ruben Amorim, Sérgio Conceição, that was a time of Porto and Sporting that 2 elite managers were there last season. So it's very hard to replicate that. But let's see what's going to happen in the near future. Bernardo, thank you so much here for going bold here with the FIFA Club World Cup predictions. Mate, I even want to know more things, but we can keep that for another time. Because the Brazil national team talk, that put me like, woo! Gave me some goosebumps, okay? Because I believe some bold moments can go right there. Let us know in the comment section down below questions that you would like answered here to Bernardo, to us here at FC Wonderkid. If you're listening until now, thank you so much for your support here on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Make sure you like this video. It's a huge help. And again, thank you, Bernardo, so much for being my guest here in episode 12. And thank you, listener, for going bold with us and listening to our thoughts.